Jump from Vela, and there it is! Well, you always remember your first.
Intriguing subplot with good friends Bruce Arena and Bob Bradley crossing swords here on opposite benches, and Kenny Arena, the assistant for Bob Bradley, coaching against his dad. LAFC is back in black. It's a head scratcher for the Revs because so many of these players with Brad Friedel, when they couldn't get anything right, and I think when you talk to a lot of folks, we talked to Bob Bradley, Brad Friedel in the infancy of his career, a valuable lesson. He'll be back, but he'll probably see some things he'll want to do a little differently the next time around.
Well, I think the biggest thing that we're seeing here with Bruce Arena is communication. And maybe that's something that Brad Friedel will take a look at, is just simplifying, knowing how to communicate with your teammate or your players, knowing what you want from them, being very specific, and then allowing the game speak for itself, allowing them to have the freedom. It's interesting,
Bruce Arena was asked about Bob Bradley, and he said even Bob, this deep in his career, is always learning some new things. He has brought that to this new vision that is LAFC, currently the best thing going in Major League Soccer and far distance to the second best team in the league. Zimmerman slipping across as Javrina Catalina in the pregame show pointed out, the 4 All-Stars going directly from Orlando. It would have been crazy to fly back to LA, although sometimes they do that. You want to stay as in. What does all that extra air travel do to a player, Lori?
Oh, exhausts you. It makes heavy legs, especially at this point in time in the season. You're excited about playing in the MLS All-Star game. You're excited to get that honor, but at the same time, you don't want to tire yourself out.
Slipping through is Rossi, and he's got Dio and Vela. Rossi needs to control it. He's done that. The cross, not good enough. Oh, it's in the goal! It just lobbed in, and Diego Rossi has scored again. 13th of the season, and it's normally New England who score early in this streak. It's LAFC who take the lead.
And even Bob Bradley's face shows that he was a little bit shocked about what was taking place and how this found the back of the net. But what a fantastic goal by Rossi. This is a brilliant ball in behind for Harvey, a space that was left open for Rossi to occupy. Tough first touch. This is not an easy finish by any means by Rossi. Just makes good contact. It's Matt Turner that isn't able to keep that one out of the back of the net, but unbelievable start here away from home for LAFC.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. A bit of a swing and a prayer. We'll have to ask Diego Rossi. Maybe I can get Javrina to talk to Diego what his intentions were. If I were him, I would say that was my intention all along. And LAFC are in front. And Diego Rossi, Lori, look, he did not have a good game against the Galaxy. It was very messy, and there was criticism, and for the most part, it was earned. But that you're allowed to have a bad game. This is a guy who's brought it every game, and now 13 goals this season. That is right amongst the leaders of Major League Soccer.
And that's one thing that we talked a bit ashore earlier in the week about, is getting more consistency with their goalkeepers in terms of playing with the back line. There has been back and forth between Miller and Cisniega. So what does that look like going forward? Can you find a player that's going to work with the back four so there's consistency?
Rossi again. Thumping down. Rossi separates, waiting for help. Kay in those gold boots. Diego Rossi on fire. Just the continuing proliferation of South American players. We see it with Gustavo Bo. We saw it with Brian Fernandez in Portland. Down in Orlando, there was mate everywhere, the tea that South Americans drink. I saw it everywhere because of all the Argentines and South Americans like Rossi, like Pity Martinez, that now call MLS home. Vela. It's going to be a corner kick, the first here for LAFC. New England's going to just get the throw in there. Very sharp. This was a late bloomer in his career. Eventually, after starting with River Plate, figuring things out at Racing, and then becoming a real big player at Tijuana, Liga MX, Penilla. That one was intended for that far top corner. The Revs fans, week 6, they were bottom of the league. Things have changed pretty quickly.
And this is a good look by Penilla. Just a quick little 1-2 to separate himself here down this right-hand side, or left-hand side for him, excuse me. But then just enough separation to get a good look on that. Is going to want that one back, though, in terms of keeping that one on frame and at least testing Miller to come up with a save.
That's going to go LAFC's way, but we've seen a really good run by New England offensively. They're getting some good looks. They're getting some screams for penalties or free kicks close to the area. Hey, they can play.
And one that surprised me is Penilla. I mean, we've talked about the importance of Bo and Heel in there, and then Bunbury with his physical ability to stretch the defense.
Dio, Rossi. That one's going to loop in perhaps for a second. They would be talking about this game for years if that went in. A couple moon balls. Zimmerman. Good change of pace by Betashore. And now Tyler Miller. That'll skip away while we have a moment. Let's check back in with Javrina.
Thanks, guys. The mood down here on the bench is that as if it was 0-0. Bob Bradley is telling his players to get tight. New England is pressing hard and finding opportunities in their offensive third. However, LAFC is quickly getting behind the ball and able to avert any dangers. Guys, back to you.
Well, it's getting dangerous. The water's starting to boil here at this end as New England push forward again. And we were surprised to see Agudelo in the lineup. They had those two deep-lying midfielders, Caicedo, Zahibo. Zahibo moves to the bench, and now down a goal, I think New England has to feel good that they have that extra attacker.
100%, absolutely. I mean, that's what you want. And I mean, at the same time, when you're looking at LAFC, New England will know that they've had a little bit of difficulty in terms of keeping a scoreless sheet or a scoreless game.
That was pretty gnarly as Dio on his hip tried to reach out and hit it. Looked almost like a hyperextension. Don't want to get ahead of myself, and Caicedo got hit. Injuries have really derailed Dio's 2 seasons here in Los Angeles. Caicedo is okay. He's back on his feet. Not the good body language. Uh-oh, eesh.
And this is the last thing you want to see from a player like Diamande, who's really become a contributor for this LAFC team, not only in the attack, but defensively as well, helping counter press, coughing up balls so he can take players on and assist as well. And he's just really been a contributor. So this is the last thing.
And Laurie, until a few weeks ago, it was always the debate, who's going to be starting in the middle? Was it going to be Ramirez, Dio? Last few weeks, it's been exclusively Dio, and he has responded in a big way. The 2 goals against Houston, the goal against Atlanta, 4 goals in 4 games. Number 99, and we talked to John Thorrington, general manager, and right at the beginning, when Bob Bradley was hired, Dio was on that initial list of players that they targeted. Now, in black and gold, used to play in Norway under Bob Bradley. Agudelo. There's a whistle behind the play. Late challenge on Agudelo.
The one thing that you like to hear about Diamande is that, yeah, it was back and forth, up and down with his performances, but it's really started to pick up his play in practice, and that's starting to translate onto the field. That confidence, the finding the back of the net to contribute not only in the attack but defensively as well, because when you look at this LAFC team, that's what they pride themselves on, getting numbers behind the ball quickly, counter-pressing when they can, and that really starts from number 99, Diamande.
Good news is he's moving well. Okay, Harvey. Harvey has had the green light to stay in the attack. Rossi. Vela. K. It's New England really struggling with some of the bounces. LAFC came for Vela. Carlitos all the way through, and an incredible save at the death from Andrew Farrell. Otherwise, they have a 2-goal deficit. Farrell like a fish caught in the netting.
Well, what a fantastic defensive play by Farrell. This one first to at least apply pressure on Vela to not let him get a good look on goal here, and then to keep it out of the back of the net.
Now the pace that we saw earlier in the first half, curling ball away by Agudelo. Possession maintained here. You can see some communication going with the referee. I would imagine they were looking to see if that ball crossed the line. Did not look like it did. Castillo. Agudelo in the area, firm challenge there by a couple LAFC players. Spilling into view is Heel, Castillo, Caicedo, too short, Rossi. There he goes, turning on the warm jets around Caicedo, the ball still in play. One more touch, he could be in business.
Whether it's getting their shots on goal, whether it's finding that final pass and just making sure they're getting something on it. At the same time, besides giving up that early goal, they found some good spots. They've had good energy.
Dio. Vela gets there to the right foot, left foot, cross, inside, headed away in the nick of time. That was by.
And it's just as we're saying that, though, you see Diamande, you see Rossi and Vela, the front three for LAFC, being able to create on themselves, and Vela giving a little chip pass there that almost results to a goal.
Bob, your team leads by 1. How do you think your team has responded to New England's press in the first half?
In moments, we've handled it well. Obviously, on turf, there's a lot of 50-50 balls, a lot of loose balls. So our quickness and our positioning allows us to be more in control. But that's a big challenge.
And what adjustments should we expect in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, the connections of our midfielders are key, that we can... when one guy goes in for a ball, the second guy's always ready, and we can also play faster amongst the three.
Thank you so much.
Second half, and we'll update you with any changes. There certainly could be some looming here for both teams. Carlos Vela, there's a good touch. Rossi has one. He crosses it back in. Stopped by Brandon By. Rossi keeps it on the deck. Vela hits it hard. We've seen him with a couple touches here, Lori, to start the second half. It's New England starting from the back.
Well, all that possession there from that initial ball from Diego Rossi that was kept out of play. And then that final attempt there by Vela.
Barely kept in play by Heel, but you see that he looks like Vela crossing that ball in from the right side off the left foot.
But yeah, to my point is that Diego Rossi and then Vela getting on that ball, because we were able to, LAFC was able to manage, dictate the tempo, string a few passes together, not allowing it to be much like the first half, which is back and forth. And that allows Vela, that allows Diego Rossi, even Diamande to get into the box, create some chances. And this is what this LAFC is going to want to do coming into this second half. Looking to get a shutout, get those three players in the midfield on the ball, settle things down, manage when they're going to go forward and speed up the tempo and when they're going to slow things down.
Well, you said settle things down. Nothing's really been settled as the flag stays down for Dio, who was on the deck for a good 4 minutes, holding onto the back of his knee. All's well here. Atuesta. K. Blessing is just about to fire it off. Dio gets a second bite of the cherry. Some housekeeping here. Jordan Harvey does get the assist on the Rossi goal, so Harvey gets his 4th of the season. Rossi, Atuesta. Blessing spins away. You see Agudelo, who was a number 9 by trade. He's playing a defensive midfield role with the ability to spring forward. And now there's a break here from Teal Bunbury. Segura's gonna have to do it by himself. Bunbury has Boo, and he goes for goal, and he missed the far post. big moment there for the Revs. What do you think he's thinking?
Oh, he wants this one back for sure, because this is how New England can beat you. This is how Teal Bunbury can beat you. Spraying this ball in behind, using his ability, his physical ability, his speed to get in behind, cause troubles for LAFC's defense. And this one has got to be in the back of the net. That has always been the knock on Teal Bunbury. A little bit of a back and forth, up and down goal scorer. And when you want to get this team into the playoffs, cause trouble for LAFC, you've got to capitalize on those opportunities, especially early in the second half when you find yourself still down 1-0.
Tuesta. Segura left on an island on that chance from Teal Bunbury. From behind is Agudelo. It's pretty good as a defensive midfielder. Bo, he is seamless. Maneuvers around Zimmerman. And then it comes back. Down goes Caicedo. Look at the referee. The referee has swallowed the whistle by and large for both teams. That's not going to sit well with the crowd here at Gillette Stadium. Boy, it is non-stop point, counter point. 7 minutes plus deep into this second half. Harvey. Rossi separates from Bai in the area. Rossi gets there first. Uruguayo turns, blessing Atuesta. Vela at the doorstep. It is saved by Turner, then cleared by Brandon Bai. Best chance for LAFC in half number 2.
And this is just too slow by Caicedo at the other end. Opts to take an additional touch, but then it's LAFC, and this is a fantastic play. We see Diego Rossi down the left-hand side using his speed, opts to pull it back. Couple passes to keep possession that frees Vela. It's Matt Turner that comes up huge on that save.
Starting from the back. Zimmerman. Vela coming deeper to get involved. Atuesta. He goes from point A to point B. Blessing Vela all the way through. Still going Rossi. His shot deflected off of Caicedo. Kept in play, yes sir, by Farrell. Farrell saying it's easier to be in a good mental state when you're doing well, and New England are doing well as that ball is turned over. Tuesta and Blessing, poor ball from Eddie El Profe as it's intercepted by De La Mea.
But this is much better by LFC. As soon as they turn the ball over, getting numbers behind the ball, seeing if somebody at least can cough the ball back up quickly. Bob Bradley calls it counter pressing. Winning the ball back, having numbers behind, linking up that first ball, and then attacking from there. Whether it's going direct, whether it's going side to side, just having that variety.
Now a break by Bunbury. He's got to locate Bo, or he just beats Segura. Bo, edge of the 18. 4 LAFC defenders on him. Heel, one hop, Tyler Miller. Tyler's been good. New England again playing a little bit over the top to find Teal Bunbury with his body facing the goal.
And just like we're seeing Vela and Rossi on the other end, it's Bunbury and Bo here for New England. Bo does a good job of just holding this one up, laying it back there to Heel. Can't get enough on it though. Easy pickup for Tyler Miller.
Thanks, Max. Last week, like you mentioned, Gillette Stadium had sod laid over the turf for an international friendly match that they hosted, but they removed the sod for tonight's game, a quality that isn't ideal for players as turf is known to increase stress on ACL and other joints due to the lack of shock absorption. As time passes, the layers of this infill material become compressed, and then the water-induced degradation hardens the shock absorption layers, causing an unnatural bounce in the ball that can affect the performance of a game. Guys, back to you.
Well, the folks at AstroTurf would like to have a chit-chat with Javrina. Sound like Bob Bradley there. When you sit with Bob and he explains why he doesn't like a turf, he is very specific and he'll give you the details. But you know it is not perfect. But it is the surface of many MLS teams, including the Reds, the Timbers, the Sounders, Atlanta United, FC Cincinnati, which will be getting a natural grass field soon. Minnesota had the worst artificial turf. That was according to Stephen Beitashour, but now they have Allianz Field after playing at the University of Minnesota's venue prior to this season. 1-0 LAFC lead. Interestingly enough, and I'll probably jinx it, and I don't care, LAFC have not won a game 1-0. They have lost games 1-0 to the Colorado Rapids and Vancouver, but winning a game, they usually score 3, 4, 5, 6, and more than capable to add to that total. But a 1-0 result, which is usually the bread and butter of so many clubs, they have never done this season. Heel. Bo. He swings and misses, and Zimmerman there to parry it away.
Well, this is that Heel and Bo combination here. Good little run from Bo to find himself 1v1 against Zimmerman, but Zimmerman does a good job just holding his ground, keeping himself stable, not diving in. Even throws off Bo a little bit, can't get a good look on it.
First substitution of the game about to come. It seemed like the right time, and it will be New England as a hard 68 minutes from very capable Luis Caicedo. He usually plays in partnership with Wilfred Zahibo in that deep-lying midfield, but it will be Zahibo replacing Caicedo here in the 69th minute. Corner kick for New England. It's Heel. Fired in and just missing that post. Well hit by Pena.
And this is where LAFC needs to make sure they're turned on. We saw them get scored early on against Atlanta off a set piece. Same idea where they are late to getting pushed out, getting pressure on that ball.
Rossi. Harvey. Another collision there inside the area. De La Mea goes down. It was Beitashour running through. Rossi. Blessing. Dio. Lots of black shirts inside the 18, but there is plenty of congestion, plenty of tráfico. Carlitos.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
Atuesta. They sprung a leak here. Atuesta. Harvey all the way through for Latif. Yes! They won't win a game 1-0 because they have a second. And Latif Blessing at the top of the list of guys who deserved his goal. Third of the season. 2-0 LAFC on the road.
Well, this is a fantastic team goal by LAFC. It starts with Atuesta, Mark-Anthony Kaye in the midfield, just being patient, recycling the ball. A little nifty pass out to Diego Rossi. And then Jordan Harvey gets involved as well. And Latif Blessing just working his magic. Little cut here, off balances Farrell, and then slots it past Matt Turner. And again, when we talk about the patience and the midfield being important to this LAFC team, case in point right here in this game, not forcing it, switching the point of attack, going side to side, picking and choosing their times, and then it's Latif Blessing wide open in the 6-yard box. So patient with that finish. And Tyler Miller, but at the same time, some bright spots that you can see how this team continues to evolve.
Juan Fernando Caicedo, no relation to Luis Caicedo of New England. Both are Colombian. Juan Fernando comes in. It's the third substitution for New England. So New England make all three of their substitutions before LAFC make their first. Bob Bradley just made it. Amadeo Mande coming out. Good game from Dio. And he is replaced by Lee Win. And a lot of respect here from the crowd here for Lee Win, who spent 2012 through the end of 2017 as a member of the Revs, and he is right at the top of a lot of their records. Offside on Bo. Perez. He has earned the minutes from Bob Bradley and how he has practiced during the week. Latif Blessing scored the second. Okay, turns and faces goal, takes Zahibo with him. Atuesta, onside K. Atuesta. Lee Win turned, but there was Bunbury to take it away. You gotta like the way LAFC have kept it at this end, connecting passes. Harvey. Vela's gonna turn around and see a lot of green turf in front of him.
I think there's two parts to that. Partially is they did start to get connected better defensively, getting numbers behind the ball quickly.
Perez, Vela waits for it. Probably should have been a wee bit more aggressive the way he is 99.9% of the time. Castillo. There might be another look for Vela before we wrap it up here. Eddie Segura. On LAFC, almost home. Up 2. They have taken the second half by the scruff of the neck. And you cannot say this enough, Lori. This was a New England team that was ripping through people. We saw it against Orlando, and it's changed here against LAFC. Carlitos all the way through, needs one more touch. He hits the side netting. Oh, Carlitos, heavy duty.
And it just hasn't been his night. Getting himself into fantastic opportunities to score goals, but just can't put it away.
He's licking his lip again. a huge week for him responsibility-wise, and it should be known the responsibility that's put on him during All-Star Week, because he's there. The Mexican press is there. They want to talk to Carlos Vela. Meanwhile, he gets another look. He flicks it towards Latif Blessing, who got his foot on it but unable to curl it into the goal. It will be a corner kick, though. Last touch by Andrew Farrell.
And I'm not sure that's an even matchup there.
Yeah, Andrew Farrell's a big fella.
But again, it's that space. Lee Win does a good job of occupying it in between those two lines, the midfield and the back line. Slips a good little ball into Vela. Just finds himself off balance, falling away from the goal. Can't get around it.
Latif, your third goal of the season. Congratulations. How did you see that play develop? It was definitely a team effort.
Yeah, first of all, I thank my players. I thank Javi to believe me, to give me a good pass to score a great goal. The team is playing very good. You want to be championship, you have to play every game by game hard. You're gonna win every game by game. So it's good to get our 3 points here. So we thank everybody.
And you actually mentioned Jordan Harvey. This is the second time that he gives you an assist back in Portland. He did the same thing.
Yeah, he saw me going, he saw me going. Like when I give it to Carlos, then Carlos give it to him. So he saw me going. So I need to get good control. And I saw the defender coming, so I need to last on the control, and I scored. That's a nice goal from me. That's a nice assist by Jordan Harvey. That's the second time. So thank you for him to give me great assist to score a wonderful goal.
Okay, Latif, I think they've told me a little secret that you have a nickname. They call you Conte. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, Conte. So Beitashour told us that when you're on the field, he calls you Conte. What does that mean? And did Conte score today, or was it Latif?
I think it's Latif, because I believe Beta, sometimes Beta just motivates me, Beta made me a great player, so I thank Beta Avi to make me a great player, Sometimes he just encourage me like, Latif, keep going. I believe you, so he give me Conte. When he give me Conte, I keep going. When he call me Latif, it's like, Latif is not going. But we call him Conte, it starts moving, so that's why they call me Conte. So I'm happy with that, The same as Conte, Chelsea, just work hard for the team to get the 3 points all the time. That's why I keep doing it. So thank you for everyone. Thank you for the supporters. We thank everybody. We are coming back home. So great win tonight.
Well, congratulations, Latif. And next time, you got to give Beitashour a nickname too.
All right, thank you.
It's going to do it for all of us. For Lori, Max, myself, and the rest of our fantastic crew here at YouTube TV. Win number 16, 2-0 for LAFC. Rossi gets the first, Latif Blessing with the second. All in all, it's a great black and gold night.